Uh-oh. Avery's down today. Sorry, girl. Hopefully Spanish will be good to you. We'll try our best. All right. Well, vamos a empezar con un poco de Quizlet. Vamos a practicar con stem changers. And then we'll see where we're at. So I kind of want to start off just kind of a little overview here of where we're going, what we're doing. So we're kind of continuing to work our way through our review, right? I'm looking ahead towards the end of next week. It's looking like we will be ready for kind of a hefty review quiz slash test. I don't know, either a big quiz or a test, however you want to think about it, over all these little topics, right? So please make sure you're keeping up on stuff. I'm going to give you about 10 minutes right now to work on some Quizlet, some vocab slash if you need to go back and relook at anything, you can. So far, we've had our regular verbs, we've had our go verbs and our yo verbs, we've had our stem changing verbs, and we're going to kind of keep going with a few more next week. So want to make sure that you are staying on top of things and that you are practicing and that you have your resources right in front of you. Okay. Remember, I am starting to post things under class resources, that button on my homepage. So if you are missing something or you need to look at something, it should be there. All right, so like I said, I would like to give you about 10 minutes, ideally to work on Quizlet. Now, if you were not here yesterday or you did not turn in your exit ticket yesterday on stem changing verbs, then you can go back and do that. I will also remind you, I'm still missing a little bit of homework from last week. I'm not sure I got all of your crossword puzzles. So if that is something you would like to still work on, I'm okay with you working on that right now for a few minutes. If you need the assignment, it was under Friday's assignment. So Friday was the, I think, 14th. So if you go back under assignments, you should be able to find that under the 14th. So those are the things I want you to look at. All right, crossword puzzle, exit ticket for yesterday. And if those things are completed and you're all up to date, then I'd love you to work on some flashcards. You can work on a game on there, but go to Quizlet. So if you go to today's lesson, your current lesson, you will see the link to Quizlet that you can work on. And I guess if you have a personal question about anything else, maybe just put it in the chat and I'll keep an eye out for those. So in the meantime, I'm starting my clock. 10 minutos has started. So again, your options are go straight to Quizlet, get in some good practice on those, or exit ticket from yesterday, or crossword that was due yesterday. If you weren't here yesterday and you need to print something, go print off that the paper that I gave you or the link there on stem changing verbs. That would be super useful for you to have today. All right, so I'm gonna stop talking. If you have something that you need to ask me, just put it in the chat. Okay. You feel like you're a little behind because Spanish was not awesome for you last year or the year before, spend 5 minutes a day on your Quizlet. I promise you, it will get so much easier. Okay, you don't need to spend hours on it. You just need to do it kind of a little bit repetitively and you'll get those words. All right, I'm not giving you a big vocab quiz, but it will be a part of that quiz, that kind of prueba grande that I was talking about. So you need to be familiar with your words. Hopefully I will double check after school if you were able to get me an exit ticket or some late work. I will try to get that updated for you later today. All right, the rest of the time that we are together today, I want to talk about stem changing verbs. So we talked about these yesterday. I reminded you about them. You had a little handout on them. So let's see what we maybe remember together. And then I have a little quick video to share with you to help you review. So could you please get back with me? If I can't see your face, get your face back in the screen, please, so I know you're still there. Seeing a lot of top of the heads. You get your screen down a little. Por favor, Luca, Dariana, Michelle, Deshawn. A lot of head tops today. All right. I see your face. Michelle. Put it down a little bit. All right. So stem changing verbs, what am I talking about? What does that even mean? Let's start us off with a quick participation point. Go ahead, Ta. Oh, did you want to go?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Can I just say what I got from the paper? Or should
Can you say what?
what's on the paper?
Sure.
These verbs have a spelling change in the stem, so that's like in the middle.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay, so it's not a trick question, right? Stem changing verbs change their stem. That's why they're called that. All right. What's another name for them? Like an article of clothing. What's the other name that there's two choices? Somebody raise your hand and tell me. What am I talking about? Kylan.
Verbs.
Yeah, I usually call them boot verbs or shoe verbs. The picture yesterday that I showed you on that handout was a shoe verb. So why is that? Somebody want to refresh us on what that means? Why the shoe or the boot reference? What does that have to do with? Avery.
Because you conjugate on all the others except for nosotros and vosotros, and it looks like a boot.
Okay, so everything inside the shoe or the boot, and my little video I'll show you again. That's why I'm not pulling it up right this second. Stem changes. Okay, so that means it goes from E to IE, or O to UE, or E to I. Okay, so those are your kind of stem changers. And again, you only know by looking at the handout that I gave you how things change. All right, so what happens to the regular, like the endings on the verb then? So we know about the stem, but what do I do at the end of the verb?
You change it.
I don't know who was talking. Sorry. Who was that?
Caleb.
Caleb. Hi. Okay, so yeah, you change it. You're right. What do you mean by that, though?
I don't know. I just came in here.
I know, you just came in. That's why I was surprised that you were already answering. But you were right. You just change it like how? Like, for instance, if the verb is, I don't know, poder, we talked about the stem changing. What happens to the end of poder, Caleb?
I don't know. We changed the ER to.
Yeah, you just changed the ER to regular ER.
You like change? Is it like what we talked about yesterday or something?
Yeah.
Like,
right. So it's just your regular ER endings, right? OSA, amos, N. Or if it's an AR verb, OAS, A, amos, on. Nothing fancy. Just got to worry about the stem. All right. What I would like to do is show you a little video to review it. All right. Seems like some of you are on this and some of you are a little slow. So I want you to watch my little video. It's meant to be a little cheesy, but it gets the point across. It's only like 2 minutes. So please pay attention. And I'm going to pause it in there to ask you a couple questions too. So make sure you're focused here on my little video. It's a really good review from yesterday of these stem changers. All right. You can see it, right? Yes. Okay. All right, here we go.
Hello. Today we're going to give you a quick refresher course on stem changing verbs.
Stem changing verbs.
Remember, stem changing verbs are nothing to worry about.
The stem of a verb is the part that is left after you drop the AR, ER, or IR off the infinitive. Stem changing verbs have a spelling change in certain forms. Check out how the O in poder changes to UE and pedir gets its E changed to an I.
Just to be clear, let's do a run-through of these two verbs.
Poder, to be able.
Remember, the stem changing rule for this verb is pretty straightforward. The O in the stem changes to UE in all forms except nosotros, nosotras, and vosotros, vosotras.
You should be an old pro at poder, to be able. Puedo, puedes, puede, podemos, podéis, pueden. And remember, it's a boot verb. To say what you are able to do, you use the infinitive after poder.
Puedo cantar. Podemos bailar.
Now it's time to ask for what you want. Oh, gracias.
Pedir. To ask for. Pido. Pides. Pide. Pedimos. Pedís. Piden.
Ana pide mucha comida. Pides la cuenta.
Now it's your turn. Fill in the blank with the correct form of poder or pedir.
Poder. Tú ir más tarde.
All right. I'm not going to make you write them down this time, but I want you to be thinking of this answer in your head. Okay. Tu blank ir más tarde. You can go later. So we know it's a stem changer. You've been paying attention. You should know what the O changes to. So would somebody like to raise your hand real quick and try and tell me the answer? Tony?
Is it puedes?
It is.
Tú puedes ir más tarde. Poder. Nosotras cocinar el pollo.
All right, letting everybody think for a minute. Thinking, coming up with your answer, not making you write it, but I want you thinking it in your head. All right, hay un voluntario. Someone want to get a quick point? Yasmin.
Is it podemos?
It is podemos, yes. So no stem change because why?
It's nosotros.
Because it's nosotros, right? It's outside the boot, outside the shoe.
Nosotras podemos cocinar el pollo. Pedir. Ella un plato de paella.
Everybody's thinking it. Gus, what is it?
Paide.
Possibly. You're not saying it correctly. How are you spelling it?
P-I-E-D-I, or P-I-E-D-E.
Okay, you're real close. So what if I tell you it's not an E to I-E, it's E to I?
Oh.
So now, there it is, P-Day, right? And be careful, I know, because some of the E's are I-E and some are I, and you only know really from looking at that paper.
Ella pide un plato de paella. Pedir. Yo. Número de teléfono.
Okay.
I think this is the last one. Who's got it?
Miss Hood.
Yeah, Caleb?
On the other one, why does the E turn to an I?
Because it's a stem changer and it's on your list. If you look at the paper from yesterday, it goes from E to I. Okay. All right, so who's got this one? Looking for a new hand. So rest, Kylan and Tony. Let me pull it out so I can see everybody. Who's got it? Oh, Leah's got it. Go ahead, Leah.
Is it pido?
It is pido. Muy bien.
Yo pido su número de teléfono.
Oh no, we do not need to watch it again. Okay, so hopefully that was a good little refresh. What I would like to do for about the next 10 minutes or so is give you another opportunity to practice, only this time on these verbs. So if you would like to go to my current lesson for the day, I will be happy to project it here, but you still have to go to it on your own. So you should see something not like that, really. That's what I was working on. So if you go to your current lesson, all right, we're right here, number 3. Study Spanish, you got 3 practices here, all right? The first one is O to UE, the second one is E to IE, and the third one is E to I. So what I would like to do is make sure you have time to do all 3. So I might move you along if you are not far enough along by the time I tell you. So look, okay, they're starting you off very simple. Okay, these are all O to UE. What's the yo form? Help a girl out. What's the
Puedo.
O? Thanks. Yeah, so puedo. Okay, so you're gonna go down and pick them real quick. I know vosotros is on there, but you have choices. I'm sure you can work it out. Then down here gets a little harder. You can do this one together. So we know it's O-T-U-E, so watch your spelling. A-L-M, O changes to U-E. Then we finish it, and it's an AR verb. So what's my ending gonna be? I saw a few people silently mouth it, so I'm gonna assume you were saying, oh, yo almuerzo, I eat lunch. All right, so then you do those, you come down here at the bottom, you submit your answers. Okay, now look, so it told me, oh, I didn't complete these. Okay, well, we don't need to worry about that, but if you complete more of them, then it'll tell you, I guess it didn't like the just me doing just two. So if you do more of them, it'll tell you which ones you missed, and then you can go back and correct them. All right, so I kind of want you to go back and forth. I've got those 3 for you to work on. So I'm gonna kind of watch my timing and tell you to move along if you haven't moved along, so you at least get to practice a little bit of each one. All right, so get to it. Okay. So what I'm looking for tonight are 10 original sentences, okay? They are simple, but they are in Spanish. I need at least 5 of them to contain something from your vocab list. So I just want you to be using those words, okay? And then I need at least 5 of them to contain some sort of irregular verb. It can be a yo verb or a go verb from last week, or the stem changing verbs that I gave you yesterday. Okay, you can have more irregular verbs. You can have more vocab words. If you can find an irregular verb that's on your vocab list, that's fine. I just really want you using the things that we are using. I want simple sentences. I want present tense. I don't want any Google translating. I just want very basic sentences, nothing fancy. Okay, keep it simple. And then you're going to submit them right here. Okay, that is due tonight. If you did not start it yesterday, you had the 2 nights, and I made it due by midnight because, you know. All right, so if you have any final questions, you are welcome to stay on the Zoom. Otherwise, go get to work, and hasta mañana.